Amazon FBA versus Amazon FBM, which one is better and why? First off, Amazon FBA stands for Fulfilled by Amazon. And this is where you're able to send all of your products to Amazon's fulfillment centers where they're going to store it. And then every time you get an order, Amazon will pick, pack, and ship that order directly to the customer for a fee, of course. And then you also have access to Prime for customers on Amazon. FBM stands for Fulfilled by Merchant, merchant being you, the seller, and this is where you're responsible for storing all of your products, and then when you get an order, you have to pick, pack, and ship that order to the customer. You're also responsible for the shipping charge from FedEx, UPS, or whoever you use to ship, and you also don't have automatic access to Prime for customers unless you utilize something called Seller Fulfilled Prime. Now, most people assume that FBM is cheaper than FBA because you don't have to pay the FBA fees, but let's actually break it down. So here are the dimensions for a product that I'm actually selling, and we have the weight and everything, and we see the FBA fee calculator here. Our Amazon referral fee would be $9.99, and that's just for selling on Amazon's platform. Fulfillment cost would be $12.65, and that's based on the size and weight of the product, and that also includes the shipping charge to the customer, and then you also have the storage cost per unit. But then we look at the FBM fulfillment cost, and as we see, we still have the Amazon referral and closing fee because, as I mentioned, that is just for utilizing Amazon's platform, but we don't have the fulfillment cost. But something to consider here with FBM is you still have to pay to store the product. You still have to pay the shipping to FedEx or UPS. And if you know anything about shipping a product this big will probably cost you around $7, $8, $9. And then you have all of the packaging materials to actually ship the product. And then you have to account for your time. And if you're not going to spend all day shipping orders, then you would have to hire someone, which you also have to take that into account. And then you also don't have access to Prime unless you do seller fulfilled Prime, which in that case, your orders have to arrive to the customer faster, which would mean a higher shipping cost. So yes, with FBM, you don't have the fulfillment fees, but you still have the costs on the back end to ship, pack, and store your products. And that's why 10 times out of 10, I choose FBA over FBM.